Hi everyone, welcome to the 10th video of my Yoga Beginner series. Today I'm going to be taking you through a morning flow. We're going to be breathing into the poses, feeling into the stretches, and just having a nice, simple morning flow. So when you're ready, come and get into a comfortable position on your mat. That can be an easy seat. And if you want, you can absolutely come into Shavasana. You can come and lie down on your back if that's more comfortable for you. Start to ground down through the bum, or if you're on your back, grounding down into the mat. Finding length in the spine if you're seated. Gently tucking the chin. Rolling the shoulders up and down the back. We'll do that twice more. And then I invite you to soften the gaze or close your eyes. Softening the jaw, softening the eyes, and softening the forehead. Relaxing the shoulders. Start to connect to the breath. Think about what it's doing at this very moment. And then see if you can soften it. See if you can slow it down. Feeling the belly expand with the inhale. Maybe the chest slightly rises. And then feeling it soften with the exhale. And throughout the flow, I encourage you to stick to a breath like this. Try and keep it in and out through the nose. Try and keep it soft and slow. Try and keep it in the belly. Taking a few more breaths wherever you are. Inhaling the arms up, palms come to touch. And bringing your palms and your prayer into your heart space. Gently blinking the eyes open. We're going to start with some seated cat and cows, but we're just going to keep our hands on our knees. With the inhale, you're going to arch the spine, bring the chest forward, tipping the tailbone, lifting the chin slightly. You can use your knees to pull you. And then with the exhale, we're going the opposite direction, tucking the chin to the chest, rounding through the spine. Inhaling forwards into our cow. Exhaling into our cat. Inhaling forwards into our cow. exhaling, rounding into our cat. Coming to a neutral spine, grounding down through the left hand, inhaling the right arm up to the sky, and exhale, bending over to the left, keeping the right sitting bone grounding down through the mat, keeping the chest lifted. Keep breathing into the belly as you bend. Inhaling up, grounding down through the right hand, inhaling the left arm up, and exhaling, bending over to the right. Keep breathing into the belly. Inhaling up and exhaling over to the left. Inhaling up, bending over to the right. Inhaling up, one more time on each side, bending over to the left. Inhaling up last time, and exhale, bending over to the right. Inhaling up, bringing your right hand to your left knee, bringing the left hand behind you. Inhaling to find length, and you can use your knee as a bit of a leverage, but exhale to the left, exhaling into your twist. Breathing into the belly, lengthening with the inhale, and maybe finding a little more depth in your twist with the exhale. Coming over onto the other side, inhaling to find length, and then exhaling to twist over to the right, maybe using your knee as a bit of a leverage to twist it over. Breathing as you twist, using the exhale to find a little bit more depth if it's available. Coming back to center, coming over into a tabletop position, coming onto all fours. And you can either keep the knees together or you can take them as wide as your mat, bringing the big toes together, sitting back onto the heels and coming down into a child's pose, stretching the arms out long. You can have them grounded on the mat. You can bring your forehead down if you'd like. And knowing here that a child's pose is always, always, always available to you at any point in your flow. Coming into a child's pose is a really lovely way to just focus on the breath, to try and slow it down, to try and calm the heart rate. Coming back up into your all fours, your shoulders are going to be over the wrists. Your hips are going to be in line with the knees. And instead of coming into your normal cat and cow, we're going to be doing sort of a cat and cow position, but with the side body. Inhaling to start, and then with the exhale, curving the bum over to the right and looking over your right shoulder, feeling a stretch in the right side body, and then coming over to the left, bringing the bum to the left, looking over the left shoulder, coming to the right, over to the left, last time on each side, over to the right, and over to the left. Coming back to center and moving up and down, stretching out the wrists, maybe moving the hands to the side, moving up and down, moving side to side. Bringing the fingers to face you, moving backwards and forwards. And then if it's comfortable, coming onto the back of your right hand, either staying there or moving backwards and forwards. Coming on to the back of the left hand, maybe moving, feeling a stretch in the top of the wrist. Coming back into your all fours, coming to sit back onto the heels, clasping the hands together, circling in one way and then the other. And then you're going to wrap your left arm under your right arm, coming into eagle arms. Your palms may be together. If they're not, that's okay. With the inhale, you're going to raise the arms up, gently bending back. And then with the exhale, bringing the arms down, chin to chest, curving the spine. Inhaling up, exhaling to curve down. Inhaling up, exhaling down, coming back to center and swapping the twist, so bringing your right arm under the left, inhaling, finding your gentle back bend, bring the arms up, and then exhale, chin to chest, arms come down, curve the spine, inhaling up, gentle back bend, exhaling, curving the spine, inhaling up and exhaling, curving round, finding center, dropping the arms, dropping the hands onto your thighs, coming back into your all fours, tucking the toes, pushing through the hands, fingers are going to be spread wide, lifting the knees, pushing back into your downward dog. Walking out through the feet, bending the knees as much as you need. This is our first downward dog, so it may be a bit sticky. Maybe twisting the hips as you're walking through the feet. Remembering to breathe, don't hold your breath. Finding some stillness, bending the knees as much as you need. Bringing the shoulders up to the ears. Finding length in the spine. Doesn't matter if your heels aren't on the floor, mine are very much lifted. Bending the knees even more and taking little steps to the front of the mat. When you get there, finding your forward fold, again bending the knees as much as you need. Nodding the head yes, shaking the head no. Finding your halfway lift. Your hands can be on your shins or on your thighs. With your exhale, finding your forward fold, dropping the head. Root to rise, extending the legs, coming up, bringing the arms up overhead, palms come to touch, and bring your palms to your heart space. Inhaling the arms overhead, swan diving forward, finding your forward fold again. Inhaling into your halfway lift, exhaling into your forward fold, coming to sit on your bum. You can use your hands for stability if you need, but if not, try and not use them. And just shuffle down on your mat a little bit. Have your legs crossed in one way first. So this could be the normal way, the way that doesn't feel weird for you. Have them crossed. And we're bringing the hands in front of us, trying to keep length in the spine as much as you can. Folding over the legs. And when you get to a point where you maybe feel if you go any more, you might start to curve through the spine, stay here. So you're tipping the tailbone up to the ceiling whilst folding over the legs. You can drop the forearms down if you have the space. And when you've got to your position, you can drop the head. Breathing into wherever you're feeling the stretch. Maybe closing down the eyes. Grounding down. Walking the hands back towards your legs. And then crossing your legs into your weird way. So my left leg in front is my weird way and not my normal way. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to pad the hands out in front of us. Maybe you can get further. Maybe you can't get as far. For me, it's definitely not as far. And still have that feeling of tipping the tailbone up to the ceiling, finding length in the spine. And wherever you've got to your point, full permission to let the head go. Maybe closing down the eyes. And breathing into the stretch wherever you're feeling it. If at any point you feel like you can go deeper, then absolutely do so. Walking the hands towards the legs, maybe circling the wrists, and then bringing your legs out wide, so a lot wider than your mat. And here we're just going to point and flex through the feet, trying to keep length in the spine, keeping your spine upright. You can bring the hands behind you. That's quite nice to keep length in the spine. Just letting the hamstrings move and have a little bit of a stretch. Circling the feet in one way, circling the feet in the other way. And then bringing your right foot to the inside of your left leg. And you can place your arm where is most comfortable. So I'll be placing the back of my arm to the inside of my leg. I'll be using my knee and my elbow as a leverage to keep the chest lifted as I go into my side bend. But if it's more comfortable, you can bring the arm to the leg, you can hold on to your ankle, you can hold on to the foot, you can hold on to any part of your leg. Find your position and then inhale the right arm overhead, and then you're going to exhale into your bend, into your revolved head to knee pose. And the aim of the pose is not to hold your foot. The aim of the pose is to feel the stretch in the side body and to keep the chest lifted as you bend over to the side. And remember to breathe. Breathing into the belly. You can have a soft bend in the knee if you need. I forgot to say that at the beginning. The foot can be flexed, it can be pointed. I do like having mine flexed. But sometimes it's nice to come into a different position as you usually would. You can even have a play with going between the two. Inhaling up. And then just swapping the feet out, so lengthening through the right leg again, bringing the left foot into the thigh. Finding your hand position wherever's most comfortable for you. Inhaling the left arm up and then exhaling into your bend. Breathing into the side ribs, feeling that stretch, keeping the chest lifted. Maybe playing with a different foot position. Don't hold your breath at any point. Inhaling up and then bringing the legs into a crossed position again. We're going to come back into those seated cat and cows, but instead of going between the two, we're inhaling forward into our cow and then moving in one direction, circling round into our cat, circling round into our cow, and keep that going. We'll do 3 circles in one direction. Remember to inhale and exhale into the poses. When you've done 3, then coming the other way, circling through the spine. Circles can be as big or as small as you need them to be. And then coming back to center. Rolling over your legs into your all fours again. And this time you're taking the right leg and you're going to cross it over the left leg. Have your feet wide. You're going to come back. And sometimes you may need to shuffle around on your mat a little bit. You may have come off. Finding our cow face legs. And this can look like whatever it looks like in your body, because anatomy is so different for everyone. I would just suggest to try and keep grounded through both of your sitting bones, but the feet can be as wide or as close together as you need. Mine's definitely not perfect. My knees aren't stacked, but it creates a really nice stretch in the legs. And just feel that out for a minute. Breathing into the legs, feeling wherever you're feeling the stretch. Breathing into the stretch. And this is the whole part of yoga. Breathing and trying to maintain that slow and soft breath whilst you are doing a pose, whilst you are in the asana. You can close down the eyes if you'd like. If it's comfortable to do so at any point, you can take a little forward fold over the legs. If you want to intensify the stretch, if you just want to feel how it is in the body, you can come between the two. There's no rules. It's your body, it's your practice. Breathing into the legs, breathing into the stretch. Walking the hands back if you did a little forward fold. And then coming back into your all fours, however you like. If you want to uncross your legs first, you can, or you can come back over, coming back into your all fours. And then picking up the left leg, crossing it over the right. We're just going to come onto the other side. So our cow face with the other way. Grounding down through both sitting bones. The feet can be as close, they can be as wide as you need. Your legs don't have to be touching. Just feeling into the stretch, feeling into the pose. Maybe closing down the eyes. Thinking about where you're feeling the pose in the body. Where are you feeling the stretch? Maybe taking a forward fold if you've got space, or if you just want to intensify that stretch a little bit more. Maybe coming between the two, maybe giving yourself a bit of a challenge. I know I say a lot in my flows that do what is comfortable in your body, and comfortable can be all shapes and sizes, it can be all different feelings. Comfortable and doing what's right in your body can be staying where you are, but it can also be coming deeper into the pose, pushing yourself, as long as you're safe, as long as you can breathe. Staying here for a few more breaths. Walking the hands back up, coming back into your all fours. And we're going to lower down onto the belly. Bringing the arms out in front of you. Your elbows are going to be sort of in line with your shoulders. Your hands in front, coming into your Sphinx pose. And have the feeling of pulling the arms towards you to find a little bit more lift in the chest. Finding a little bit more stretch in the back body. Breathing here. And if you want a little bit more stretch, a little bit more length in the back, you can push through the hands, lifting the elbows, coming into your seal pose. Breathing here, or breathing into your Sphinx. Dropping the elbows if you lifted them, and then coming round onto your back. We'll find a nice little twisted position, bringing the legs out long. And you can choose what you do here. You can bring one knee up, so you can bring the right knee up into the chest, and you can bring that over the leg. That might feel nice. And then bringing the gaze over to the right. You can tee the arms, you can hold on to the top knee. Or you can bring both legs up, both knees into the chest, and then bring them both over to the side. Do what feels right in your body. Trying to keep the shoulders grounded onto the mat if you can. Bringing the knees up, and then again either you're bringing the left knee over to the right or bringing both knees over to the right, bringing the gaze over to the left. Teeing the arms, you can have your right hand on your left knee. Bringing the knees back into the chest. If you have a hair clip, you might want to take it out for this one. And we're coming into our happy baby, holding onto the feet or the ankles or the backs of the thighs, pushing the feet or wherever you're holding into the hands, coming into your happy baby, almost like an upside down squat. And again, thinking about where you're feeling the stretch, noticing where in the body you're feeling it, and breathing into that part or parts of the body, breathing into the stretch. Breathing into wherever you're feeling any tightness or any stickiness. And then from your happy baby, you can come into your Shavasana, coming to lie down on the mat, coming down to end the flow. I am going to come up to hold the space. Bring in your legs and your arms wider than the mat. Your toes falling out at a 45-degree angle. Your palms facing the ceiling or the sky, wherever you're flowing today. And then getting really comfortable, grounding down into the mat before closing the eyes. Coming back to the breath, slowing it down, finding softness within it. Noticing how that flow made you feel. Was there any poses that were a bit sticky or uncomfortable? Or were you able to breathe into that uncomfortableness? Were you able to breathe into that particular part of the body where you were feeling some stickiness or discomfort? If you have time to stay in your Shavasana, then I really encourage you to do so. But if you're ending your flow here with me, extend the arms overhead, taking a full body stretch, pointing the toes. And then bring the knees into your chest, giving yourself a big squeeze. Rolling over to the side before pushing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Closing down the eyes again if you've opened them. Extending the arms overhead, palms come to touch. And bring your prayer into your heart space. Gently blinking the eyes open. Thank you so much for flowing with me. I really hope you enjoyed this morning flow, and I hope to see you again on the mat soon.